Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Monday. It's Daryl here. It's 4 a.m. bright and early here in Connecticut on the East Coast. All right, these are two things I would not usually talk about. Okay, the reason I'm talking about them, these two things are the questions of today. This is the talk of the day, Monday, June 7th, 2021. This is the two biggest questions on the internet today. Who won the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight, and what's going on with Trump's pants? The two biggest questions. No, seriously, I'm going to give you my opinion on both these. All right, I'm going to go quick on the boxing thing. My first question. Look, I put pictures on here, like I said, of me, my dad teaching me boxing and everything when I was a kid. Left, right, uppercut, powerhouse. I put pictures on my community page. He had me boxing when I was 4 or 5 years old. Anyway, but I don't follow it. How come they didn't tell us? I didn't see anything anywhere about there. I might have caught the word exhibition, but I didn't. It didn't click. There were no judges. That's unsatisfying. That's like pulling out. You know what I'm saying? Being a 55-year-old man, without a doubt, I say Floyd Mayweather pounded young little big mouth Logan Paul. If you see the pictures, Logan Paul looks much worse for wear. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. Now let's get into Trump's pants. Oh God, no, man. All right, no, seriously. All right, I didn't know anything about this till this morning. So Monday morning, about 2:30 a.m. when I started going through my news feeds, I didn't know anything about this. I made my video a little too early yesterday, talking about the Trump's lethargic speech. I'm proud of the fact that I'm usually a little ahead of the curve sometimes on the stories, because the story today is Trump's speech Saturday, which I did yesterday, hours after it happened. But I missed the pants and the pants question, the pants enigma. The big question. Is Donald Trump wearing his pants backwards? Seriously. All right, where to start here? All right, so if you Google it, you'll find about 12, 15 different media outlets talking about it, and most of them leave it up in the air. Snopes, fact finding. I don't know a lot about Snopes. I tend to go to PolitiFact for my fact finding. They say it's false, and they pick out a cspan video, which I trust, because when I first saw the pictures, I thought it was photoshopped. It looked like it was. There's apps there's apps you could easily blur out things. I thought it was photoshopped immediately. Then when I saw the video, I know you can still Photoshop videos, but I had my doubts that I thought, geez, something is going on with his pants. There's a couple things here I want to talk. I'm not making fun of him. This is a serious question, and you guys are going to be surprised at my answer. All right. For one, it does look like there's some. There was a lot of creasing and bunching in that area. It does not seem there's a fly in the front of his pants. When I did watch the C-SPAN video, I actually took stills of it, screenshots, and blew them up. And it does look like there's creases coming in, and there appears to be a piece of fabric, a fly, in the middle. Okay, so looking at it, it's kind of indiscernible either way. If there's a fly in the front of his pants. Now, this let me talk about this. I could come on here and make fun of it and kind of go along with it and say, he was probably wearing his pants backwards, but I think I would lose credibility. Being a left-winger and everything and despising Donald Trump is one thing, but I want to talk about the truth on here. And I don't want to fall into the conspiracy theory realm that I despise so much, because something appears like something, it must be. Oh my God, he's so demented he put his pants on backwards so you can't see a fly. It must be. He's out of his mind. Crazy Trump, crazy pants. I'm not going to do that, because I believe, it's going to get some views. People will get a kick out of it, but it's going to be short-lived. I'm going to lose credibility. Here's why. I'm going to use logic. Empathy. Once again, putting myself in the position of putting on my pants. It's not easy to put your pants on backwards. Think about it. You know, like I said, I always use empathy. You know, if I was Donald Trump putting on my pants, it would be virtually impossible to have an opened up, zipper down, unbuttoned pair of pants, pull them up, button them in back, zipper them in back, and the screenshots I have the belt buckle in front. This would be, I couldn't do this. I could not put my pants on backwards, zip them up in back, button them in back, and then put the belt on with it'd be hard to do. Maybe I could do it, but it would be extremely hard to do. And you'd have to do it on purpose. And why would Donald Trump purposely put his pants on backwards? He wouldn't. He wouldn't, especially being an arrogant narcissist. Absolutely not. 100% wouldn't do that. All right. So what I see, something doesn't look right. And it took me a while to think about this. All right. Another option would be for speed, or maybe if Trump had arthritis and it'd be hard to work the buttons and the zippers, perhaps the pants, somebody or himself would zip them up and button them and have the belt on beforehand, so they're kind of loose, and just pull them up and then tighten the belt. I've done this before with my shorts. When I've lost weight, I don't want to deal with everything, and I just drop trowel. I just pull them down because my pants are kind of loose after I lost some weight. And then when I go to put them back on, everything's all still buttoned up and zipped, and it's a pain. That's an option. That's it. You know, but it doesn't sound right. You know, that a man like Donald Trump would leave pants buttoned and zipped up with a belt. I don't know. It doesn't sound right. I did come up with something that fits his personality. If you look at the C-SPAN video, and you know what, I'll put the screenshots on my community page. I watched the C-SPAN video because I trust it the most, that it's undoctored. And I took screenshots and I blew them up as much as I could. And the flap in front of the zipper does not look right. It looks too flat, too blended in. And I started thinking about that. Now, Trump being an arrogant narcissist, what would be the worst possible thing if he was on stage? And maybe it happened to him before. The worst thing for somebody of his personality, of his arrogance, to have his zipper down on stage. Can you imagine if he was standing there with his zipper down? This would be something that his mind could not, you know, it would short circuit an arrogant narcissist's brain. So what would you do? You might use Velcro or seal up the fly. Sew it up, glue it, so that there is absolutely no chance that a zipper would go down during his speech or before or after or whatever. You know, because you can't be on stage and keep looking down or checking your fly. You can't do that. And, you know, God forbid, I think every man watching this has had a zipper down at one time or another. And first, it's embarrassing knowing your zipper's down. And then I think the worst part is pulling your zipper back up and grabbing yourself by the crotch and pulling your zipper back up again is probably the worst part of it. So what do? You stand there with your zipper down and look like a pervert, an exhibitionist, or you actually grab yourself by the crotch and pull your zipper up. Either one would be unacceptable for somebody with his personality disorder. So a solution would be to seal that fly up so it's not even an issue. You don't even think about it. That I think that answers this question, because that fly does not look right. I looked at my dress pants and I actually put them on this morning. And as you move, you can see it's unnatural that the fly, then again, because he has a gut, I'm not going to say the offensive names that I've seen on the internet for the low-hanging stomach and underneath his belt. But that would put pressure outward and maybe make the fly flap stay flat down. Or and I say this without making fun, because I don't want to make fun of somebody if there's an older man with incontinence. I don't find that amusing or funny. But if there was something underneath the pants that pushed them out, it might make the fly stick, the fly flap stay pressed down to the pants, which it looks like in this case. Honestly, I really, as soon as I thought of this, I think this is the answer. I think the fly flap is sealed. I think his fly is sealed, so there's never a chance, or even more than that, in his mind. He's never going to have to look down or feel around, because every guy watching this has done that. And this would solve that dilemma, and it fits his personality. I'm no psychologist, but it fits his personality. Something that you don't even have to think. Now he doesn't even have to think about it. But it would make the pants look a little funny. It would make the fly flap kind of stick to the rest of the fabric of the legs, of the pelvis area. Just a thought. I can't come on here and just make fun and say maybe he had his pants on backwards, because I feel like I would lose credibility. And it's just really not my thing. My thing is about, really, believe it or not, it's about honesty on this channel, and empathy, and figuring out things in that manner. And that's what I think. I do think, my final conclusion would be that I think his fly might be sealed to prevent embarrassing situations with his fly, with the zipper coming down. I think that it's a good possibility, because it doesn't look natural. All right, I'm going to be on to more serious things in the next video. I noticed something about Fox News, and I couldn't prove it, that there's violent, hideous crimes. And Fox News, whenever they get a good, clear picture of an African-American man committing a crime with a gun, it's always a big story on Fox News. And these are the same people that don't want to talk about CRT, don't want to make color of skin an issue. That's racist and stuff. But in a story I'm going to talk about in my next video, right in the first paragraph, they state the color of the skin of both of this incident that happened in Philadelphia at a Dunkin' Donuts. And I want to talk about that in my next video. Stay tuned. All right, you guys have a great Monday.